You probably have heard a lot of rules to dress properly when you're dressing formal clothes, but what about when you're dressing casual clothes? I'm going to share with you 7 rules that I apply myself to dress properly when you're dressing with casual clothes. But first, I would like to mention that dressing with casual clothes could be even more difficult than dressing with formal clothes. Just a suit and tie, if it's properly fitted, following the rules of the formal dress is easier than wearing jeans with sweaters, with, there are a lot of polos, t-shirts, shirts that could be more casual, a lot of things. So it could be more tricky to dress properly when you're dressing with casual clothes, but that doesn't mean that we don't need to follow some rules. So the first rule is when you're wearing a jacket on top. I know this is really logic and it sounds like obvious, but I'm saying this all the time, every day on the streets here in Madrid or in London. The jacket, it needs to be longer than the clothes that you're wearing underneath the jacket, because then, if not, you are going to have what I call the skirt effect, and you don't want to wear a skirt, right? If you're Scottish, yes, you want to wear a skirt, but not in this way. Like, doesn't make any sense. It is going to create like a bigger part here visually around your waist. It doesn't make any sense to wear a t-shirt or a jumper that is longer than your jacket. The jacket needs to be longer than that, and that is related to the second rule, which is don't wear like this really big oversized t-shirts that many brands are offering nowadays because it's the new trend. It's trendy now, but you don't want to wear things that are trendy just because they are trendy. If it's part of your style, of course, yeah, but if you are wearing an oversized tee, wear it properly. The fit needs to be like boxy, it's not really long, and it needs to be just a bit bigger than your shoulders, not really like super long with the sleeves that are almost here. No, you don't want that. That is not going to look any proportional to your body. Even the best is not the oversized. In terms of the visual effect, is the straight cut for t-shirts. This is also related to the next point, which is also related to the first point, which is wear your trousers or your jeans in your belly button, just slightly below the belly button. Don't wear, or slightly higher than your belly button, but don't wear like the low rise. Visually, there are a lot of extra fabric on the rise below the, the crunch area. That area is not going to look good. Even for the visual effect, again, you need to wear things where they need to be, like in the belly button or close to the belly button. Then your legs are going to be longer. If you are a rapper or you are like this kind of guy that is wearing that kind of things, it's part of your style, of course, then wear whatever you want in that style. But if you want something that visually is going to look good on you, go for this kind of trousers. And this is also related to the next rule, which is the fourth rule, related to the fit of the jeans. Nowadays, again, we have the baggy trend of trousers. Don't wear them. Don't wear baggy things. Go for the straight cut or the relaxed cut, but not really baggy, not really big, that is usually even longer than it needs to be. They are wearing that, the button of the trousers are on the floor all the time. It's looking terrible. I get the point of we went from the skinny jeans and now we are in the baggy trend. Trends are usually like from one point to the another extreme. Is usually like that. We go for slim to baggy, and then maybe we are going to finally go for the straight cut. I don't know, but the straight cut is the best in terms of visual effects. Is the one that is not going to be out of style in short time, because probably baggy jeans are going to be something like you're going to see in maybe 1 year or 2, and then you're going to realize that then back in the days you were thinking like, oh, I was really cool wearing this, and you're going to realize that that kind of trousers didn't fit you well. Now let's continue with the fifth rule, which is related to sweaters and jumpers. The neck of the jumper or the sweater that you're wearing, it doesn't need to be bigger than your neck, and I'm talking like really bigger, when you have a gap here. But I'm seeing this again all the time, a lot of people wearing that kind of big gap there, that it doesn't look good. And this is happening because brands, a lot of brands are making this really big because they want it to fit everybody, or maybe because they don't know about, you know, the proper fitting of a jumper, because not every brand is making this kind of really big collars, that if you have one of them already, so wear it when you wear like something underneath, like a polo or a shirt, and then on top that sweater. Because if you're wearing just in contact with your skin without anything underneath, you're going to show a lot of your skin here, and that's not the big deal. The big deal is in terms of visual effects, it doesn't look as good as when it's closer to your neck, and when you move, when you're going to do your daily things, then it's going to be moving this as well, and it's not going to be symmetrical. It's going to be one part bigger than the other. The gap that is maybe on the right is going to be really big, and on the other side is going to be really small, and that doesn't look symmetrical, doesn't look good. So go for necks that are smaller or closer to your neck. I'm not talking about the Perkins collar, but that is for another thing that could be also nice. I'm not talking like really high collars, but something that is closer to your neck. It could be in a small gap, but not a big one. This is what I call the onion rule. You know the onions, the different layers of the onion. The thickest one is outside, and we need to apply that to clothes as well, because it doesn't look good when you're wearing a jumper that is really thick, and then on top of that you're wearing like a really thin jacket. It doesn't look good. It's going to look strange. It's going to be like something is wrong there. Even maybe you cannot tell what is exactly, but it's that. It's just as easier as wearing just thicker clothes on top of the others. And the last rule is about shirts. When you're wearing a shirt that is a casual shirt, you can wear it maybe untuck or tuck in inside your trousers. That is the best option, by the way. But if you're wearing it untucked, you need to be sure that it's no longer than your ass. This is not like the proper jacket. The formal proper jacket is like, needs to be like a good lawyer that needs to always cover your ass. This, in this case, it needs to be just there, or even slightly less longer than your ass, because it's a casual shirt that you're going to wear in this kind of environments. Because the one that it needs to be longer is the formal shirt that is always tucked in inside your trousers, and that is needed for a formal shirt, because when you are going to move, it doesn't come out, the fabric, the shirt doesn't come out. But you don't want that for a casual shirt that you're going to wear untucked, because then your legs are going to be shorter. So you need just there, covering your ass, just there, not longer than that, or even a bit more shorter than that. So that's my best advice for that. Let me know in the comments below as well, what do you think, which rules would you apply for casual clothes? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.